Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany. Welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time here, okay? Today, we are getting down to business. I will be sharing all of the scenes from A Viscount Who Loved Me that I hope to see in Bridgerton Season 2. Now, this reread is fresh in my mind. I know what I hope the show is giving. I want to preface this by saying that in terms of adaptations, I'm really not the type of viewer that snubs at creative liberties. I am more so a viewer that really hopes that they stick to the core of the characterization elements, okay? Part of what I find so fun is seeing a character that I know and love so much on screen in a fresh situation, but believing that the choices that they're making, are true to what I've read on the page. So from what I have seen from the trailer and the teasers thus far, I am pleasantly pleased and excited. So the first thing that I hope they give us are the flashbacks of Edmund being a loving father and husband. I need to see that on screen. That is his legacy. That is the catalyst for all of the familial moments that I love so much. I want to see Edmund with that leather baby carrier. I want to see him taking Benedict and Anthony on hikes. I also want to see a young Edmund and Violet in love. I also think we're gonna get it because Edmund has been cast. We've seen his portrait. We've seen Anthony hiking up to that gravesite. And in the last season, we saw Simon's touchstone to his fatherly wound. So I'm very excited to see how the show does Anthony's. I can't believe this is happening in like 2 days. I really can't wait. The next scene that I wanna see is their meet cute, okay? Specifically, the reluctant dance of Kate stomping on Anthony's toes, okay? The stealthy, heated verbal volley between them within the confines of a ball where they're on display, because this is where the games begin, in my opinion. Anthony needs Kate's approval. She clocks his audacious charm and cuts him down with her wit, and he counters with the challenge that he doesn't need her approval to get what he wants. I love to see it, the tension between them and this obligatory embrace of a dance, okay? And from what I have seen between them in the trailer, the chemistry is there, so I am just here for the initiation of the argumentative foreplay, okay? I cannot wait. The next scene that I absolutely need is the Pall Mall scene. We know we're gonna get it. I'm just very curious to see how art direction portrays the mallet of death. I can't wait to see the Bridgertons, be a little stingy with the rules and like competitive to the point of being petty, okay? I want to see Kate fit right into that. And two moments that I really loved from the Pall Mall scene, aside from the comedic elements, is the sisterly moment between Kate and Daphne, where Daphne talks about how, like in the game, men really underestimate them. I loved that. It's a very sweet potential future sister-in-law moment. I also like how Anthony within his POV notices that despite Edwina's beauty, he spent the entire game focused on Kate. So I hope to see that. I'm already loving the choices that he's making in terms of, acting in the trailer. So I hope to see that added in. The next scene that I want to see from Aubrey Hall is Anthony rescuing Penelope from Cressida's cruel clutches. Cressida, okay, can get these hands for the way that she publicly humiliates Penelope, okay? I love how he just comes in, snubs Cressida to protect Penelope. It is a very swoony and gentlemanly act that Kate cannot ignore. In fact, it is the first time that she has to reassess her take on him. Okay, she calls him a hero. She swoons. I think that's when she begins to soften, and I cannot wait to see him stick it to Cressida on screen. I have like a visceral reaction. I feel bad for that actress. Every time I see her, I'm like, The next scene that I hope to see is, I believe the thunderstorm scene is something that we're absolutely gonna get, because we've got like images of her in the library and, you know, Anthony entering in. And I think that that scene is very pivotal in terms of their emotional development, because it really is the turning point for their relationship. He catches her at one of her most vulnerable moments, and he soothes her through that. He takes care of her. And he also opens up about Edmund, which is something he doesn't even do with his siblings. So to read them have that moment where they can bond on their losses and really get like open and honest with one another, I love to see it. And like I said, it really is a turning point in their dynamic, from it being contentious to them having a level of appreciation for one another. So I hope to see it. The next scene that I cannot wait to see in the show is the ruination of Kate in the garden, okay? Where Anthony believes that he is saving her life by sucking the venom of a bee off of her bubby, okay? And in walks Violet, Mary, and Portia Featherington, the worst person to walk in on them. And I absolutely love this scene because they only see it as him having his way with her in the garden, okay? And Portia is the worst person to have walked in on this. She is so scandalized while also living for the drama. She's such a meddler and a gossip, and I absolutely loved her in this scene. And reading Kate trying to explain how it's not what it looked like, okay? But all the evidence that she has to point to are like what look like red hickeys on her chest. It's everything. It's everything, and I cannot wait to see it in the show, okay? Lastly, the scene that I need to see in the show is Kate and Anthony's first time together. Now, I don't need this to be in the show verbatim as it is in the book, but I hope that they get the core of it, because the scene really moved me. The one thing that I love about it is that up until this point, Kate is very headstrong, okay? She's self-assured. She's also really practical when it comes to the way that she's compared to Edwina's beauty. She isn't jealous or envious. She accepts it as the way that society works, and the way that she maneuvers through that with this almost like inner smirk of knowing the subtext of what really matters in life, I love about her. And in this scene between them, you know, all of her defenses are really down. She's accepted her feelings for Anthony despite all of her protests, and she believes that her love is unrequited, okay? And she wants to be desired. She wants him to see her. And so when she believes that he is closing his eyes to picture someone else because she isn't convinced on her own beauty, it broke me. And it just makes evident that despite his actions, you know, showcasing his desire for her, sometimes we really need to hear the words. And I love what he tells her, because it's the first time she gets to hear what we've been reading in his POV all the time, which is that her beauty is vexing, okay? She's the only one that he sees, and he calls her the most beautiful woman in England. And I just loved that for her. You know, it doesn't matter how everyone in society treats her or how women are only valued for their beauty. Anthony can see her, and that's all that matters. So I need to see that in the show. Now, I also have an honorable mention when it comes to Penelope and her double life as Lady Whistledown. I really need the show not to portray her as a villain. I'm gonna be honest, I will be upset if they do that. It would really break my heart, because because I want them to clock the unassuming powerhouse that Penelope really is, okay? They need to showcase the ingenuity, the entrepreneurship, okay? And the achievement that she has accomplished in these times. I want to be cheering her on as she is 3 steps ahead of them, okay? Swaying the masses with her quill. That is the energy that I hope that it's giving. I don't know what to make of all these judgy looks of Colin from the trailer, and I'm not sure which scenes that they're going to be pulling from in terms of book 4. So I'm not going to get into details about that, but I just want viewers to see her how I read her, which is put some respect on Penelope's name, okay? Because she is that girl. And I absolutely love her. I was proud of her. Now, if Colin finds out about her Lady Whistledown empire and it serves as a catalyst for them having to stalk in corners to discuss it, okay? And that leads to him seeing and recognizing the woman that's before him, I'll be okay with that. I'll actually live, okay? Just don't make her a villain. That will make me very sad. So I am very excited for the show. I cannot wait. I will be doing episode by episode reactions. The show is about to get Bridgerton content heavy. I do have other videos planned, but be warned. I also want to link the Netflix produced interview with Julia Quinn with what we can expect from season 2, because Jessin from Jessin Read Romance, Jess from Peace Love Books, and Lacey from Lacey Book Lovers is in it. And I just loved seeing that. I remember watching their stories that day and knowing that something was going on, and it was such a pleasant surprise that this was it. It was so cool to see them on there asking her questions from a book lover's point of view. So I'm gonna link that below. I wanna thank you for joining me. Happy watching, everyone. Enjoy it. I hope to see you in the next. Bye.